Hi everybody, welcome to lesson 6, and this is the last one in this section about using technology. So this one is more about using our computer responsibly and thinking about being safe when we're using our computer. So what rules do you have when you're in school? You might have rules that things like listen to your teacher, listen to your friends, be kind to each other, to keep each other safe, and to help each other. And I'm sure you can think of lots more that you've used in the classroom. But obviously now we're at home, we have to think about these as well, and how we can have those rules around our computers, around our devices, as well as with other people within the house. And we need to think about, why do we have these rules? And there are 4 areas, and it is to be safe, to stay happy, to learn, and to be kind to each other. And all our rules fall into one of those 4 categories. So what rules should we have for using computer technology? So have a think, what do you need to be thinking about as a rule for using computers? And it could be something along the lines of these. Hold your device carefully. If you have a laptop, then you are going to be moving around with it. So you need to think about holding it properly and safely. If you're using a desktop computer, then sitting at it safely and obviously using the mouse and the keyboard, keeping it in a right place. Stop using your device when someone is talking to you. If you have your parents or another adult with you that is helping you with your home learning, then obviously when they're talking to you, stop and listen. Or if you're having a live lesson from someone, listening to them. Take turns with your partner. Now, you might not have partners at home to work with. There might be other siblings, your sisters, brothers, parents, other adults that might need to use that technology as well. So obviously taking turns with them to make sure we all get time to do our learning. Only use the apps you've been asked to use. It can be very distracting sometimes looking at all that's on a computer. Make sure that you're just using what you should be using. And have a think about also, when we're at home, we can get drinks and biscuits and snacks, whatever we want, a lot easier. But having that by a computer is not a good idea. If you're having drinks by a computer and you spill it, then you could actually stop the computer working. And if you've got biscuits and stuff that get into the keyboard, then the keys might not work properly. But where would all these go in our chart? To be safe. Okay, so to be safe, obviously having drinks by a computer is not safe. To stay happy, okay, taking it in turns, making us happy, or it could be that we're taking our time looking at different things. To learn, listening, really listening as well. Being kind to each other, taking it in turns, listening to other people. If you're on home learning and you're listening to somebody else's ideas, then obviously listening to them and not talking is really important, the same as a classroom. So can you think, so you've got an activity to do with a worksheet, and I want you to put one rule next to each one of those headings: to be safe, to stay happy, to be kind to each other, and to learn. And I want you to use those as your rules for using your computer technology at home. So just let's recap on everything we've looked at. We've looked at examples of technology. We've looked that it's not just plugged in, it's anything that's created by somebody else to help us. So any of those examples there are technology. We've looked at desktop computers and laptops. We looked at the difference between them. We looked at the fact that they both have screens, they've got keyboards, a mouse, or a trackpad on the laptop, and that a desktop computer has a base unit. We've looked at the mouse and how it can be used to draw, and how it can be used to actually create something nice and creative when you drew your pictures, your faces, or your flowers. And that different ones that might not all look the same, but they do the same thing, the trackpad or the mouse. We've looked at the keyboard, how to use it to type in different letters, numbers, making words and sentences, and then we started to look at how to make capitals, full stops, to delete out. Okay, and remember that not all keyboards look the same, but they all do the same thing. And then finally, we've looked at why we need rules when we're using computers, and really thinking about that we need to stay safe when we're using technology. And taking time to think about that is really important. So think about the rules that you're going to set for you around your computer and how you're going to make yourself safe at home as well. Thank you for taking the time to spend the time with me looking through these lessons, and I hope to see you on future ones.